Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
The Bible finally admitted that the priests are grifty motherfuckers.
That's not what I was gonna say happened, but you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
What were you gonna say happened?
I was gonna say that the king demanded that the priests collect money to fix the building and stuff.
Yeah.
And that, like, 20 some odd years later, they still hadn't fixed anything. And he was like, God damn it.
Yeah, grifty motherfuckers.
Yeah. And so then finally they started to fix stuff. And then a few years later, he was assassinated. The end.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
And we couldn't figure out why, but now that we're putting it in these terms, I think it's because they wanted to be allowed to grift.
I mean, it seems that might be possible.
The whole chapter was about fix this shit and stop grifting.
You remember how they said he was like good with God? Like this guy was good with God, right? Sort of. But then not really, kind of, sort of.
Because
maybe?
he didn't get rid of the other altars to Baal.
We can't make him be perfect, so he didn't do this thing.
Yeah.
And then he got assassinated. So we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was 2 Kings chapter 12.
It was.
And today we're getting into
2 Kings chapter 13.
Let's do this.
Okie dokie.
Hey wife, do you like coffee in the morning?
I sure do, husband. Morning, noon, night. Which reminds me, I need to add that to our grocery list because we're running low.
Wait, before you do that, check out the website ungodlybrew.com where you can purchase a pound of your favorite flavor of coffee.
What if I want more than 1 pound?
Either order a larger amount, or better yet, get 10% off by setting up a subscription for every 2 weeks, or a month, or whatever works for you.
Did you set up something special for our listeners?
You know I did. Exclusive for our listeners, get an additional 10% off subscriptions by entering the code SACRILEGIOUSCOFFEE at checkout.
That's a hellishly good deal.
Ungodly Brew is hellishly good coffee.
Okay, 2 Kings chapter 13.
Okay.
Jehoahaz.
Yeah.
Son of Jehu. Began to rule over Israel in the 23rd year of King Joash's reign in Judah.
Okay.
See, we're going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay? Yeah.
That's what we've been doing. The whole book of Kings is.
Right. It's a little bit confusing.
It is. I stopped kind of paying attention to what country we're in.
I know, right?
And to what reign who is doing.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's not easy to follow.
Right.
And the stories don't really...
Like, I don't understand why they're saying... this guy in Judah did this, and then in Israel, this guy did that, and then in Israel, this guy did this, and then in Judah, that, like...
It just seems kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, so what?
I understand they're trying to give the history of the two simultaneously.
Right, but there was a lot easier way to do this. Like, yeah, there was a lot of kings, and then they, some shit happened, and...
It almost would have been better if they emulated the begats and just did, and this king and that king.
Not that I want to do begats again, but...
No, but... I don't know, they're just...
Something similar to that, though, like in a better storytelling mode, but,
Right, or give us all of the Judahs and then all of the Israel.
Yeah, that might be a better way to do it.
Or, I don't know, maybe a side-by-side chart. Because I feel like that's what they're trying to do is give us a side-by-side chart. But because we're only reading a chapter per night, I don't know where we are in the chart anymore.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't care which country we're in. Judah, Israel, whatever.
Right.
Not to be rude,
if it's important, they'll tell us, right?
Well, not to be rude, but I don't really see much of a difference because it's all the same. And they're the same people that are just like at odds with each other currently.
Right.
And don't they kind of like wrap it back up together at some point?
I think so. I mean, there certainly is an Israel now. So,
right.
I mean, at least, at the very least, they wrapped it up by now.
Yeah.
Somewhat,
so,
I guess.
I don't know. It just seems like who cares?
Right.
Which,
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm just here for the stories, man.
Yeah. Like, I don't really care if this event happened in Judah versus Israel.
It just doesn't seem very relevant to, like, the whole religion aspect of this.
Right. And so, again, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't care.
Right. No, I get you. I'm finding myself lacking,
like, blah, blah,
the caring.
blah. Like, it's just, like, in one ear and out the other. Kind of like how when I used to read history a long time ago when I was in school and I just didn't really care.
I mean, I like history, but this is not told in the way that I like.
No, that's what I mean.
So,
this,
I mean,
this
I don't know.
harkens back to my school days when it's like, try harder. You know?
This is just like memorize these kings in this order and
for no reason
and everything. And then,
I think that's what it is, for no reason.
Right.
You know,
there's no payoff.
Right. Who cares? Okay. Anyways, this one king guy over here, he reigned in Samaria 17 years. Okay. This Jehoahaz guy.
Jehoahaz. Got it.
Okay.
I know haven't we talked about him before? Because I was like, Jehoahaz what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we did.
I thought,
see, that's another thing. Like, all of their names start with J now. I literally cannot tell them apart. Like, I can't remember
it is very
who
difficult.
they are.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
They went through like their S phase and now they're in their J phase.
I was just going to say, remember when we had like Saul versus Samuel?
Right,
and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't with these guys.
Right.
And Solomon.
Right.
Saul, Solomon, Samuel, like, I can't.
Right.
When they do that, like, that's one of the cardinal rules in fiction writing. I don't know if you're aware.
Don't use the same letters.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't use names that sound similar because readers like me in particular have a very hard time differentiating them.
Well, they really fucked up with Elijah and Elijah.
Yeah. No kidding. I mean, nowadays, if you read a book and they have similar names, it's on purpose because there's something to the fact that they have names that can be easily confused.
Yep.
And you know that it's the Chekhov's gun of fiction, you know?
Got it.
You know it going in.
Right.
But, okay, sorry, off topic because I'm bored.
Yeah.
But he, Jehoahaz, did what was evil in the Lord's sight.
Oh, no.
He followed the example of Jeroboam, son of Nebat.
You know, I also am a little sick of that because it doesn't seem to matter either.
No.
Like, it doesn't matter whether they're good or evil. They all die.
They all get assassinated. They all aren't David.
Yeah, and like God will team up with good or bad. It doesn't matter.
It's like, willy-nilly.
There's no rhyme or reason to like what they're doing.
Cares?
It's like, yeah.
I mean, you tell me he's evil, it's like, I'll be the judge of that. What did he really do? You know?
I mean...
Because you know what? You told me that this guy was good, and he didn't strike me as so good. So I guess that's another thing. Like, I have a hard time believing you.
And generally, the evil comes down to them worshiping, Baal or some other god. Right? And it's
exactly.
like, well, I don't really give a fuck. So.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt me. I don't care. So... The good weren't that great, and the bad weren't that evil, except for when they killed a lot of people and raped and had slaves.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, he acted like Jeroboam. Continuing the sins that Jeroboam had led Israel to commit was the rest of that sentence.
Got it.
So the Lord was very angry with Israel.
Not that.
And he allowed...
Is there going to be a famine?
Probably.
Or a drought? Or both?
Probably.
Okay.
Lots of frogs or something.
No, he hasn't done frogs frogs was with Moses.
He just did it that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He allowed King Hazael of Aram and his son Ben-Hadad to defeat them repeatedly. God damn it.
Why would you need them to defeat you repeatedly? Wouldn't they just enslave you after the first time they defeat you?
They kept going to war and they kept losing.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, but apparently not bad enough to not bad enough to lose.
No, they would just
bad enough to
pack it up and go home, and then put on their snowshoes.
Or maybe they were like, the other side was like, let's finish him off another day.
Yeah,
let's just toy with him for a bit and see what happens. You know,
the new season of Game of Thrones or whatever is on.
You said that like the last episode.
We gotta get home to watch TV.
Yeah, right. Oh, you're saying, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Then Jehoahaz prayed for the Lord's help, and the Lord heard his prayer. Oh. For he could see how severely the king of Aram was oppressing Israel.
Right? Okay? Yeah, he could see that, because he sees everything.
He could see that after the dude prayed.
He sees everything.
Yeah, after the dude prayed.
Right.
So the Lord provided someone to rescue the Israelites from the tyranny of the Arameans.
Someone, huh?
Someone.
Okay.
Then Israel lived in safety again as they had in former days. Yay.
Wait, they're not going to, like, if someone rescues you, I would expect that to be a story. Like, I want to know who this someone is.
Some guy.
Just some guy.
Some rando.
Okay.
You don't need to know. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's none of your business.
All right. Did he have a rock and a sling?
Probably.
Yeah, right.
But they continued to sin, those fuckers.
Right.
Following the evil example of Jeroboam. Still, some more again.
And he couldn't know that ahead of time?
I guess not.
He wasn't all knowing. He didn't actually foresee that happening.
Either that or he foresaw it but didn't care.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, like, you're allowed to, like, be bad in God's eye and then
He'll
pray
help you,
one day and just be like, dude, I need some fucking help, man. And then he'll help you.
And then you still
And then you just go away again and you're like, I'm going to be bad again. Sorry, bye.
Yay! Being bad is awesome.
Right, yeah.
They also allowed the Asherah pole in Samaria to remain standing.
Oh, damn.
Womp womp. You know about those damn Asherah poles.
Yeah, that's God's wife. He doesn't like, apparently they got a divorce.
Yeah.
Something.
Finally, Jehoahaz's army was reduced to 50 charioteers, 10 chariots, and only 10,000 foot soldiers.
I don't even... that means nothing to me.
I mean, it would be like if you said, I wrote 10 sentences, and it was hell. Like,
now, I know the Israelites at one point had like 300,000, warriors or something like that, but like... I don't know how many the other side had. Like, in relation to what?
Right.
Like, how many soldiers is that in relation to?
It's like if you told me about giants, and I would be like, but were they, though?
Right,
or were they just really tall?
Yeah.
The king of Aram had killed the others, trampling them like dust under his feet. The rest of the event... I always crush dust under my feet.
Well, I mean, it's already crushed, so there's not much crushing left to do.
What would you crush under your feet?
I mean, probably I crush some ants occasionally.
Do you crush them, though?
Well, yeah, they have that exoskeleton, so I'm assuming that there's a little bit of a crunch.
You crushed a fly last night.
I did. Oh, that's gross.
You were trying...
I wasn't expecting it to happen.
No, you were doing that thing where you, like, wave at a fly to go away, and then you, like, did your hands like you were going to catch it, but not really, because who catches a fly, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you actually crushed it between your hands, and you were so geeked out, you were like, ah!
Yeah, no, it was gross.
Awesome.
That was gross.
It was gross and awesome at the same time.
Then I knocked out a fly twice tonight.
You did?
Yeah.
Which makes it sound like we have a lot of flies in our house, which at this moment we kind of do, and I don't like it. Where'd they all come from?
I think it's,
Is it like the end of summer? Like, is that what happens?
It is, but it's still hot out, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they just have like a timing sense that they're supposed to be heading indoors.
I don't recall having flies like this last year, though.
I don't know.
Or maybe I just block it out.
Probably just block it out.
We don't have flies all the time, you guys, just so you know.
No,
we don't have, like, a house of flies. Like, it's just, like, I don't know, the last week we've had some flies in here.
Right.
It ain't cool.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is so boring that I just keep going off topic.
I noticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it together. The rest of the events in Jehoahaz's reign, everything he did, and the extent of his power are recorded in
the book that we don't have listed there at the end of that sentence.
The end of the sentence is blank.
The Chronicles of Kings or Kings of Chronicles.
The Kingly Chronicles of Kings.
Yeah, that.
The chronically kingship.
Yeah.
Things. Yeah. Okay. They're recorded there. When Jehoahaz died, he was buried in Samaria. Then his son Jehoash became the next... Jehoahaz.
Went from Jehoahaz to Jehoash.
No, you know what? I apologize. I mispronounced that. It's
Jehoash, but still Jehoahaz to Jehoash.
Jehoash.
That's so, like, it's just so boring. Like, how...
Too many J's. Too many J's.
Yeah.
Jehoash became the next king.
It's almost like they want us to glaze over this bit, you know?
And it made me yawn just now.
Right.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, so Jehoash, son of Jehoahaz, began to rule over Israel in the 37th year of King Joash's reign in Judah. See, it's too many J's and Ashes.
Wait, who's the 37th year of whose?
Joash.
I thought Joash just took over.
No, Jehoash took over
in the 37th year of Joash's.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying.
That's some fucking bullshit right there.
It's garbage.
That is garbage.
Okay, when I rewrite this book, I'm giving them different names.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, but like,
I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to name them something different, like Larry and...
You know what? You should just have asterisks. Or that.
You said asterisks.
Help me.
It's asterisk.
Asterisk. Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's how I grew up. I don't know. I got no.
I just will never forget that time we were at your mom's house and you and your mom and your brother were talking about some business thing.
Yeah.
And you kept saying, all three of you were asterisk. Or no, asterisk. And I finally just exploded and I said, oh my God, you guys, it's asterisk. And all three of you looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what? You say anyways all the fucking time.
I say anyways, but I say anyways on purpose because it irritates you.
Yeah,
and
it really
also
does.
It is such an Ohio thing. And then I read this beautiful poem and this woman talked about the Midwest and how it like harkens back to her people and anyways. Yeah. And also Jack O'Brien on the Daily Zeitgeist. He was the co-founder of Cracked. But anyway, on the Daily Zeitgeist, he always says anyways. Yeah. Because he lived in Ohio for a bit too.
Right.
And I just love it.
Live and grew up here my whole life and I don't say anyways.
You don't. But you said crown instead of crayon. So fuck off. And also,
let's just stop right there. Stop right there.
Got you. Yeah. So I won that round.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Anyway, this dude reigned in Samaria 16 years. But he did what was evil in the Lord's sight. He refused to turn from the sins that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, had led Israel to commit, and the rest of the events in Jehoash's reign and everything he did, including the extent of his power in his war with King Amaziah of Judah, are recorded in that one book that we're not allowed to know.
Yeah.
When Jehoash died, he was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. Then his son Jeroboam the second.
Seriously?
Yep.
Seriously?
Became the next king.
Why?
Yep.
Why?
I can't tell you why.
These people are so dumb.
I can't tell you why. Oh no, baby. I can't tell you why.
You just needed to break it down a song there.
That's from the Eagles.
You are the Eagles. You know the Eagles better than I do.
I only know.
I definitely know that song, but I wouldn't.
I only know the songs from the Long Run.
Ah, okay.
That one album, my parents played over and over and over again, and so I know all the songs on that, and it's the best. The end.
Got it.
Forever.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
So next section.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna learn a little bit more about Elisha.
Oh, okay. All right.
When Elisha was in his last illness, King Jehoash of Israel visited him and wept over him.
His last illness. That's an interesting way to put that.
He had so many illnesses.
This is the last one. He's gonna fucking die.
Look, this is the last time you're gonna get sick. Okay? This is your last illness, my guy. No more.
But maybe I don't want it to be my last illness.
This is your last fucking illness.
I don't...
You don't get any more. This is your last one.
Did God let him know this was going to be his last illness?
Well,
is that how they know?
Apparently it was his last illness, and I don't know if he knew it beforehand. Okay?
Yeah.
My father, I see the chariots and charioteers of Israel, he cried. Elisha told him, get a grip. Just kidding. He didn't say get a grip. He said get a bow and some arrows.
Yeah.
And the king did as he was told. Elisha told him, put your hand on the bow.
Hand on the bow.
On the bow. Are we being euphemistic here?
I don't think so, but you know.
So real bow, not
real
bow like dick. Okay.
I mean that.
Put your hand on my dick.
You're the only person that got from Bo to dick there. But
I guarantee you somebody else was thinking it.
Before you made that a thing just now.
I guarantee you that somebody else thought, put your hand on my dick instead of put your hand on my bow.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, all right.
I know that at least one other person, you guys help me out here. I know that one other person thought that.
Okay.
Okay, put your hand on my bow. Elijah laid his own hands on the king's hands. Then he commanded, open that eastern window, and he opened it.
Yeah.
Then he said, shoot!
Shoot.
So he shot an arrow.
Okay.
Elisha proclaimed, this is the Lord's arrow, an arrow of victory over Aram, for you will completely conquer the Arameans at Aphek. Boom.
Is he gonna shoot the king with that one arrow and that's gonna be it?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
This is stupid.
I mean, it is.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Then he said, now pick up the other arrows and strike them against the ground. That seems stupid.
Right.
So the king picked them up and struck the ground 3 times. But the man of God was angry with him. You should have struck the ground 5 or 6 times, you dumbass, he exclaimed.
Seriously?
Then you would have beaten Aram until it was entirely destroyed.
Oh my God.
Now you will be victorious only 3 times.
Oh my God.
Then Elisha died and was buried. Could you imagine? It's like if I said, baby, tell me you love me. Okay, let's do this. Baby, tell me you love me.
I love you.
You should have told me you love me 10 times, not just 1 time.
Yeah.
Now I'm only going to fuck you once instead of 10 times. I mean, right? That's what that amounted to, right? How could you know?
Right.
It's so random.
Yeah, I don't know.
Baby, turn on the light.
It's the lights on, darling.
You should have turned it on 10 times. Now the DP&L bill is going to skyrocket and it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Groups of Moabite raiders used to invade the land each spring.
Yeah, that's spring raids, It's a thing.
Spring raids. Yeah, that sounds like a type of deodorant or
It should, yeah. Moab spring raids.
Rabes?
Rabies.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Rabies. Okay. Once, when some Israelites were burying a man, they spied a band of these raiders. So they hastily threw the corpse into the tomb of Elisha and fled. Oh, damn. But as soon as the body touched...
Wait. That indicates to me that Elisha's tomb was just lying open or something?
It's just there. It's just open.
I mean, I guess maybe a tomb could be like a
tomb. It's like a room, isn't it?
A room. Maybe it's a room. Okay.
Yeah, it's not just a hole in the ground.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So they threw it in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They hastily threw the corpse into the tomb of Elisha and fled. But as soon as the body touched Elisha's bones, the dead man fucking revived and jumped up to his goddamn feet.
What the fuck?
Yet again, we've got another resurrection from bones.
What fucking reason? What
bones?
How many goddamn zombies have been created in this goddamn book?
Bones.
This is bullshit.
How
long? We don't know how long he was dead though.
He was dead.
Maybe it was only 3 days, like Jesus,
Oh my gosh. No, they literally were like, oh shit, get rid of this body right quick. He had just died.
Yeah.
So yeah, King Hazael.
No, the guy Elisha is the one that resurrected.
No, the guy. Look, you misheard this.
Oh,
they threw the corpse of this person into the tomb of Elisha and fled. But as soon as the body touched Elisha's bones, the dead man revived and jumped to his feet.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just by touching Elisha's bones.
Wow, that's some magic right there.
That's magic bones,
right? Magic bones.
Yeah.
I misunderstood that. Sorry.
I know you did.
It was my bad.
It was dumb. Why would you think that this body of this rando would bring Elisha back to life?
That's what I was wondering. I don't know.
No.
But still, magic bones is still ridiculous.
No, Elisha had magic bones.
Right.
And he brought...
That's what I'm saying.
...this rando back to life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So rando is alive now.
They're magic fucking bones. They brought this dude back to life.
Yeah. King Hazael of Aram had oppressed Israel during the entire reign of King Jehoahaz. But the Lord was gracious and merciful to the people of Israel. And they were not totally destroyed. Not totally.
That's good,
just kind of.
Sort of.
He pitied them because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac and Jacob.
Oh, that's nice. He pitied them.
He pitied them.
Yeah.
I hope they work their shit out.
I always love it when people pity me. Don't you love it when people pity you?
I feel bad for those dudes over there. I'm magic and have power. I wish they'd get their shit together. And to this day, he still has not completely destroyed them or banished them from his presence.
I mean, that's actually true.
To this day.
To this day.
King Hazael of Aram died, and his son Ben-Hadad became the next king. Then Jehoash, son of Jehoahaz, recaptured from Ben-Hadad, son of Hazael, the towns that had been taken from Jehoash's father, Jehoahaz.
Fucking hell.
Jehoash defeated Ben-Hadad on 3 occasions, and he recovered the Israelite towns. The end.
That's great. That's great.
When I go back through this and I make this a story that I can read,
asterisks.
I'm going to have to do like a search and find, replace, just so that I can understand what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
And who all these fuckers are.
I think that when we do our book, we should just like, I mean, unless it's names that we really need, but like in instances like this, you just...
Larry and
John and
not John. John's too Bible.
Yeah, right, you're right.
What about Geraldo?
Yeah, sure, Geraldo.
And,
why not? Donald
Tucker. Tucker. Yeah. There we go.
We'll just replace all the names with like right wing assholes.
Lindsay.
Right. Yeah.
Mitch.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
This is perfect.
So when we get to Second Kings, we got to remember, we'll just
start
right-wing assholes.
Yeah,
there we go.
Oh, there's this one guy I listen to, Andrew Duffer, on YouTube, and he always calls Lindsey Graham Ladybug. And it makes me laugh so fucking much every time. He just calls him Ladybug.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it is,
off topic. Whatever.
That was a lot of J's.
That was so many J's, and you know what? I still don't care what happened that chapter, because except for the one guy coming back to life, it was just a bunch of like another king died, more fighting happened.
Right.
And Judah and Israel are still split, and they're at war with each other on and off.
Again,
war. God is still like, whatevs.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Good, bad,
meh.
Whatever.
Meh.
Yeah.
This whole chapter was just meh.
I pity them, so, you know, whatever.
Pity the fool. And on that note.
Yeah, let's get on out of here. So that was 2 Kings chapter 13.
Yep.
And tomorrow we'll be back with
2 Kings chapter 14.
We'll see you guys then.
Boy.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.